Hello again. In this video, I'm going to show you about how to add social and SEO details to a specific page. So in the last video, I showed you how to add social and SEO details to an entire edition or issue. And how you do that is by clicking on details, adding in a description, and then also adding in your social media preview image. Now, this is great because if you click over here on links and you were to share this, say on Facebook, and you add that in, it's going to pull in this preview image here, which is fantastic. However, if you do that on day number 1, you can't really do that on day number 2 or day number 3 because it's going to look very repetitive and people will start to tune out. And so what you want to do is you want to be able to send them to page number 3 and then page number 4 and page number 6 and then page number 8. And so if this is a particular edition which is for the entire month, what you would do is you would send this out on the first day, and then you might send this one out 2 days later and this one 2 days later, and you might sort of space it out that way. Or if you have a longer document with 30 pages, you could do one every single day if you wish. The other time whereby you would want to add SEO to a particular page is that you will want to encourage each of the contributors to actually send out a page, and they want to see their face when they share a link. And so this is going to help them to share your content. All right, let me show you exactly what I mean and how to add SEO to a particular page. So this is how to add it to the entire edition. I've already shown you that. Now we're going to do it for every individual page. Now I don't need to do the cover because in a way that's already been done here. Whenever I send people to this particular page, that's basically going to take them to the home page where the cover is anyway. But I am going to add it for this particular page right here. So what I do is I click over here and then click on advanced settings, and this will then give me the ability to add an SEO title. So what I'm going to do is add in my title there. That's a little bit too long, so what I need to do is cut that down to 40 characters. So I'm just going to cut off the tail there, and then I'm also going to add in here, this is the description. It's also a little bit too long as well. And so what I'm going to do is just chop off the end bit there. Okay, so this here needs to be less than 40 characters, and this one here less than 160 characters. And then it's going to be asking me for a preview image. Now this one is different to the one for the entire publication. This is where I have got my graphic designer to create me a preview image for this specific page. And so the dimensions for this are down here, 1200 pixels by 628 pixels. Again, it needs to be a PNG file and it needs to be less than 2 megabytes. And it says here, due to caching issue, it might take up to an hour for this particular image to appear on social media. So you always want to do it a couple of hours before you actually need to post out the link, because it does take some time for Facebook to update. But what I'm going to do is just show you what we do here. So I'm going to now find my preview image, and remember it's got to be a PNG file, which it is. So here's my feature, and you can see that's the image right there. And so it's giving me a quick preview. I know it's the right one, and I then click here on Save Changes. And so now the title, the description, and the image are now going to be associated with this particular page. So now if I want to send people directly to this particular page, what I do is I click here and I go copy link. And so now what I have is I have a new page. And so if I was to go back over here, and let's cross our fingers and hope that this is working right now. Again, it sometimes takes up to an hour for this to actually work. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to paste a new link, and it is hasn't yet found it. It does take a little bit of time for it to find these images. And so what I'm going to do is just wait a little while longer, and what will then happen is the new preview image will come up. Okay, and also let me just try over here if I'm sharing this via Messenger, waiting a few moments, and it looks like it's working on Messenger at the moment. And so as you can see, if I send someone to the actual first page, the front cover, it's going to pull in this particular information, but I'm now sending people to this particular page and it's pulling in some new information. And so if I would like to, on the second or third day, keep my document fresh inside people's minds, I don't want to send them back to the cover page. I now want to send them to individual articles. And now I've got content that's going to last me for the next couple of weeks, which is great. Also, I can then send this particular specific link to this contributor and ask him to share it with his network, and that's going to get me a much better result as well. So how to find that individual link, you can do it in one of two ways. One is you can go view and you can actually go to the particular page, in this case this one, and then I cut and paste the URL. Or what I can do is I can click here on edit and then click down here copy link, and that's now copied the link to my clipboard. Now there's only one thing you need to know about this, and that is that this is page 2, and you should only do this once you've decided on your order, because if you then start moving pages around, which is what I'm not going to do right now, then if you send someone, actually I will do it, I'm going to move this around. This is the new page 2. So if I send someone to that last link, it's now not going to go to this particular page, it's going to go to page 2. So it's best to make sure you've got your order correct first and then start adding all of your SEO details. I'm just going to add, I'd normally go ahead now and do this for every single page. That way I'm maximizing the use of my content. And as I said before, if I've got say 14 different or 13 pages here, I can, and this is a monthly document that I'm putting out, a monthly publication, then what I would do is I'd send this one on day 1, and then I'd every second day I would send a link to another page, and that will keep the content fresh without sending people to the same information or the same homepage every time. And it will also make the preview images look different every single time. So I'm trying to grab people's attention in other ways. So what I'm going to do is do this one. This is an article here about top 10 tips for entrepreneurs. That's a bit long, so I'm just going to cut off the tail there. Top tips for entrepreneurs. And I'm also going to grab the description here. That looks like it is okay. And then I'm going to go down here, preview image, and I'm going to find the preview image, which is this one here. And then I can see a little preview to make sure it's the right one. And then I click Save Changes. And so this one is also now done. And when I want to share this particular page, I simply come back over here, click copy link, and then that's what I would share on social media for that particular day. Or that's what I would send to this particular contributor and invite them to share it with people. So that is how you add SEO and social details and images to every page that you want to share. You don't have to do it with every page. Maybe there are some ads that you won't be sharing directly, so you don't need to do it for those pages, only the pages that you want to share individually. And this gives you the ability to keep your content fresh and find new ways of connecting with people. That wraps up this video. Thanks for watching.